me your opinion. As a bisexual man, please tell me your opinion. Can you settle down with a woman over the long haul? Could you be in a relationship with a woman, have kids and all that, and not miss the touch of another man?
The road to love is exciting, funny, and sometimes can even be heartbreaking. But in the end, it'll all be worth it. Join me on my journey to love.
Hey everybody, it's LaRonda and I am back with another video. And today's video is going to be about a topic that's near and dear to me in a way, because I remember back in the early 90s and 2000s, I used to read books from this author named Elin Harris, and he always talked about men who were on the down low. And that was just as I was getting into the dating. I had just started really, dating and finding, that was when I got my first love and all of that kind of stuff back in those days. So that was always something that I was thinking about as I was going and meeting different men and things of that nature. So how this relates to my dating life today is that here recently I matched up with a man who I had met once before on one of the dating apps, and we talked a little bit, but we stopped talking because I felt like he was giving me a bunch of canned cut and paste answers. I would ask him, to talk or whatever, and he would I would say, hello, how are you, or whatever, and he would send me back a cut and paste thing about, all the things about him. So it really didn't feel like a conversation. It felt like, he had a bunch of canned answers prepared, and that just really wasn't my style. So we really drifted apart. But then here recently, last week, I matched with him on a different dating app, and he had a picture of his cute little son who reminded me a lot of my own son. And, I thought the guy was a handsome guy or whatever. So I was like, well, let me try this again. Maybe he's grown since the last time we've spoken or whatever. And boy, has he changed a little bit. So anyway, I matched, we talked a little bit, and he asked me, well, do you want me to tell you, some things about me? And I was like, no, let's just kind of let the conversation flow. The last time we spoke, you sent me this copy and paste paragraph about yourself, and I really didn't like that. And he said, oh, well, that's the old me. But if you want to hear something new about me, he's like, now I'm bisexual. And, I was like, oh, okay, right. So the reason why this comes up for me as a thing, and I want to preface this whole conversation by saying that I am a huge proponent of people living their truth. I am a proponent of people, of all gender and sexual orientations and preferences and all of that, being and living who they are and being able to be free and open to do that. And I do appreciate that nowadays people are more open to being able to be who they are, and society is more accepting of that, and that's what I love. So I really do appreciate that this man came out and told me that, so that it wasn't something that he was sneaking around doing, like if we had started dating, that he's sneaking around and being with men on the side or whatever the case is. So he let me know, listen, now I'm just out of a relationship, and now I'm also experimenting with men. So I'm like, okay, cool. But inside of myself, I'm like, well, I'm not really down to date a bisexual man. Let me explain why. So for me, if you like men and women, and a woman is in a relationship with you and wanting you to settle down and be monogamous with her, there is a part of your sexuality or your sexual desires that will not be that I won't be able to meet. And so my thought is, do I want to put myself through a situation of being with a man who I cannot fully satisfy and having him resent me for the rest of his life for keeping him away from, the touch and the love of another man? Or do I just want to date somebody who only likes women and could see himself settling down with just a woman? And, I look at it from the perspective of myself. Like, if I were for some reason to fall in love with a woman, would I be able to put aside my desire to be with a man to settle down with a woman, even if I was truly in love with her? And I'm not sure that I would be able to do that. And I'm not sure that a man would be able to do that either. And so that is why I've opened up this conversation, is because I would love to hear from some bisexual men. If you can tell me, like, maybe I'm wrong about this. Maybe a man can put aside his desire to be with a man to marry a woman and have a life with her and have children and do that whole thing and just be monogamous with her. And maybe I'm mistaken about that. Or maybe I'm completely right and a bisexual man would never be able to fully settle down and would always need to have something on the side. I don't know. And I'm not trying to be, I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm not trying to be any kind of way against, LGBTQ people or the way that, a bisexual man might, whatever his needs are, and or anything. That is not the purpose of this. It's more trying to understand what are the needs of a bisexual man. I remember when I was watching the Love at First Sight, I think it was the show called on Netflix, where Carlton confessed to Diamond that he is bisexual and how, he felt so rejected, which oddly enough, I think he was already, Diamond, I felt like never really rejected him. I felt like he was already rejecting himself and then putting that off on her, because I thought she was rather understanding for the fact that he hadn't told her the whole time they were in the pods. And then when she did tell him, she was taken back by it, of course, but she was open to discuss it, I felt. And, so that whole conversation and him feeling so rejected, I would never want to put that on a man or whatever, make him feel so rejected. But I also believe that, there are certain needs that I wouldn't be able to satisfy in a bisexual man. And so I want to make sure that I understand fully what bisexual men might need, or, and I'm going to have to talk to each bisexual man, but like, give me your opinion. As a bisexual man, please tell me your opinion. Can you settle down with a woman over the long haul? Could you be in a relationship with a woman, have kids and all that, and not miss the touch of another man and all of that? So let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories. Have you dated a bisexual man? How was the relationship? Did it go well? Did it go down in flames? Whatever. Tell me everything. I want to hear all of it. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video or any of the others that you've seen on this channel, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when the next upload is. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. If you hated it, give it a thumbs down. And I will see you in the next video. Happy dating, everybody. Bye-bye.